There we go. Sorry about that. Hello, everyone. To people who probably joined a while back, to people who have been waiting and also have been waiting for a while now, and to everyone watching things back on the VOD, whether it's here on Twitch or on YouTube, depending on when you're watching this. Hello, welcome back to another stream, and welcome back to, well, game dev slash art. To be fair, I don't know, my brain. I'm still calling it Game Dev Sunday, but it's mostly been art last week and this week too. I'm gonna go back to the music from Spyro that I had playing in the background last week because that was a nice vibe. But yes, welcome back. Last week I sort of went over, well, if I want to make a proper prototype or demo for the project, then I would need to, at the very least, finalize one of the level themes that I had already come up with like ages ago, design a few enemies based on that level theme, and then actually get around to modeling these enemies, animating them, and properly sort of implementing them. And last week we got two enemies done. What I decided on was the medieval slash fantasy type stuff, because to be fair, big sucker for that kind of aesthetic. So we did two things. We did a dragon follower knight. These are the main two poses that I'm concerned with, the front view and the side view. This was like a thing that I was imagining for in terms of like an idle animation, or sort of the knight readying its sword and whatnot. And then the other one that I designed was the brute knight, which, yeah, we made him huge, but gave him spindly legs and very tiny arms like a T-Rex, and just has a big shield on his back. I also has like this face on his helmet. I like the vibes of this guy. I was pretty happy with these two little things, even though it took a while. But now that I did those, we've got two types of enemies, like one small, one large. I don't know if I want a flying enemy or anything like that at all. Probably would be nice to have at least one kind of flying enemy. But there's, I guess, like, I don't know if it would do to have it be like a bat or something, or if it would do to be like a little tiny dragon, if it was like the spawn of the dragon who's the bad guy in the level. If we were talking about like in level stories and all that. Oh, sorry about that. Oop. Also, just a moment, chat. Anyway, so I have like a kind of like big bat thing with a very largish kind of body, or like a dragon like a spawner that I feel like contextually in terms of the level story, this would make a bit more sense, having like a little like dragon spawn be a flying enemy. Or it could just be like a floating magic thing, like a floating magic golem kind of thing, or a floating eye. But that's just straying into like, oh, it's just a beholder. And I don't want to just have it be a beholder. Oh, oops. Um, so probably not like a floating eye. Um, it could just be like a float, like a flying statue thing as well. Hmm. What do you think? Like, I don't know what I'm doing for this statue. I probably won't use this anyway, but it's kind of like coming up with ideas. So a bat with like a very fat body would be funny, but wouldn't fit with the plot of the level. A mini dragon spawn would work the best, both in terms of like being like, oh yeah, this is a little flying enemy that can sort of pester you or shoot projectiles at you, and also works as, oh, this presence of this evil dragon in this level is actually prominent and a credible one. Sorry, just a moment. Right. I do like the idea of the little. As I said, this is already working as a good idea. This thing would really just kind of like either float in place, or I could probably repurpose this idea for something else. But in terms of an actual enemy, no, not an actual enemy. But this could be used as like a level object, or a set piece, or something like that. Um, like that. I don't know what I'm doing. um. So, to be fair, I may as well keep this around for like an idea sheet more than anything. Um, for this enemy, because it's handy to have on hand. So these are the ideas I came up with. And I think obviously, as I've already reinforced that it's a good idea to choose this one based on, multiple different factors, I'm gonna, you know, try designing this little dragon spawn enemy thing. Um, so I'm gonna need to find some references that work for this. Um, let's see. Right. Okay. Why is it the only thing kind of like... I'm looking for reference images for, like, a small dragon, like baby dragon or a dragon spawn or something like that. Why is it the only thing that I can find which kind of is close to what I want is a character model from Wizard 101? Why is that the closest thing to what I'm looking for? Oh, God. Right, maybe I should search for baby dragon. And hopefully it doesn't give me... It gave me stuff from Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. I'm surprised it didn't give me... Okay, never mind. Looking on the search results, it did give me baby dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, I'm a bit torn on what to use as my reference image. Because, like, some of these look too, like, cutesy and chibi-fied. And some of them are just, like, a baby version of Toothless. And then you've got also, like, in some cases, like, really terrible looking clip art as well. Right. So, I'm not going to be able to do this directly, like, immediately just draw a dragon out of thin air. I'm going to have to do this, like, break down into shapes first. So basically the basics of art. So... And also, I don't know if it would be a good idea to do it this way, rather than just, you know, draw the head, draw the body, and then the wings and stuff like that, but... Considering the fact that I would need it to be like, oh yeah, this is an A pose, I would probably... Hold on, how... I need to look this up quickly, because, of course, there's probably most likely Blender tutorials for, like, making a dragon, or making, like, a four-legged creature. Or, never mind, people just... But this isn't animated, I don't think. And if that is the case, then I am a bit silly. Because I'm... Oh, hello, hello, hello. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. I'm not used to trying to draw something that has 4 legs instead of 2. So, let me think. I mean, I think it would be easier if I got a side view first, but... Oh, Lord. Right. So, if I think about it... In terms of, like, the body, the head, and the tail, those can be broken down. A human horse. To be fair, that's what a... No, that's a human cow. That's what a minotaur is. A minotaur is a human cow. So if I think about brain, come on! I'm trying to visualize this and... Right, so box there, like sort of rectangle here. And that's how, like, in terms of breaking, like, a little baby dragon down into shapes. This looks kind of awful. But it can be improved. Oh, whoopsie. So that could be like the horn. If I'm still breaking it down into basic shapes. Then foot there. Foot there. I think in terms of like breaking it down into a basic shape, I think that works. But that's from the side view and not, you know, the front. So if I was to try and translate this to the front... Of course, the head shape needs to be the same. And then the height where the body gets to needs to, like... I don't know if I'd make, like, these little baby dragons, like, chunky or, like, thin. So I don't think this will actually inform how big this little bastard's gonna be. It's just gonna, you know... This is just a basic outline for the time being. Oh god, I'm now realizing, for when I eventually, you know, model and animate these enemies, I said about making this a flying enemy. I have to actually imagine having it flap its wings and be in the air, but also, you know, not... Like, have it be done in a way that works, or just... Like, of course it'd be animated like it's flapping its wings like it's on the ground, but then its actual object in the game would be, like, in the air. If that makes sense. But yeah, no, it's not perfect, but it's trying to learn. Right, so this kind of works. But once again, that's only outlining a basic shape and not, you know, actually creating any significant details. There we go. So in terms of how, like, I should actually shape the face, like, some of them, like, some of the reference images are kind of helpful, and some of them are just bad. It's like, how would I want, like, the snout and stuff to look? Like, like, if I'm talking about, like, oh, wait. Why did I try Control-Zing on Opera? Let's see. So, we're talking about, like, actual... I should probably make another layer so I'm not interfering with this. New layer. Because I'm having to do the old reliable of having my outline on one layer and then the actual drawing part of it on another layer. Trying to draw a dragon. Ow. Trying to draw like a dragon is mildly beyond me. So and then again, like, I don't like, here's the thing. There we go. Again, here's the thing. Like, it's supposed to be a baby dragon, but at the same time, it's supposed to be an evil baby dragon, so it's not supposed to be like, it's supposed to be kind of cutesy, but not, you know, overly adorable. It should be like, it should be like a little bit menacing, but still work in the realms of the game, if that makes sense. So I don't know if this head is too small or if I need to scale it up a little bit, is what I'm trying to say. Or at the very least, like, not the top here, but the rest of this thing's mug. There we go. I swear to God, winter is, like, actually bad. It is just bad. bad with a capital B, because all it does is just, it makes whatever the hell normally goes on with, like, my snot and mucus, like, worse. Yeah, so it is just, it's not good. There we go. That, and because you're not getting so much sunlight, it just... You just become deficient in vitamin D, and then suddenly you're... So... Yeah, what I'm trying to say, chat, is winter sucks. Take care of yourself in the winter. Make sure you're trying to do what you can to look after yourself. Especially if you have, like, health conditions too. So, I think eyes like this would work. Okay, who is this fella? Hello! Trying to make, like, a little evil baby dragon that can also act as a flying enemy. And drawing a dragon, this gunky little chungly boy. And it's kind of funny, like, I somehow kind of gave him the eyes of a cat that's pissed off. And kind of the head structure too. Indirectly. But yeah, no, as I said, I don't know whether to make the body, like, big, like, in the sort of comic, like in the comical way, or just... And to be fair, it would probably be, like, it wouldn't be too bad to model, like a little dragon with, like, a fairly chunky body too. So it might actually work out in my favor a little bit. Do what you did with the knights. One with normalish proportions and a variant with funny... Yeah, no, like... That would actually probably be good. Like, the little knight had normal anatomy, and the knight was a triangle with a head and two picks where the legs would be. And the ideas for them really grew on me, so... I also think that because, like, this little baby dragon is supposed to be chunky and it's supposed to act as like a flying enemy that shoots projectiles. I think having like its legs be a little bit stubby as like its like limbs be a little bit stubby as well probably works for its design too. So hey, considerations are being made. It's got little itty bitty claws. It's not got like gnarled and mangled claws. It's like claws. The more I do things, the more I realize I have just essentially made a dragon that's just a chunky... He's far too not spherical. Like, I have somehow, like, if I take away the outline, I've somehow made a little dragon that looks like a cat. You must be spherical. But I've waited my life to grow out of my face looking spherical. What the fuck? Like, look at that and just tell me that doesn't look like a chunky cat. With, like, horns. What better than the rat-eating cat dragon? And it'll toast him up. He'll fry him and saute him and do everything else to him and then eat him. Give it little itty bitty claws. Don't deep fry the car. Don't deep fry the cat. No, the cat will deep fry the rat and then eat the rat. Unless it prefers the simple approach, just gobbling him and devouring him whole. Right. And now I need the side view. I'm going to bring this closer. I might need to bring it in a little bit. Hold on. Oh, whoops. Then again, I hadn't defined, like, where its snout will be. Maybe that'll work. Okay, now I need to get, like, a side kind of... Hold on. And I know it just largely depends on the style. Whoops. Okay, I'm kind of stumped on there. Then again, I think I had it right with this before, but I just need to move things down. Move things down, and then scale it up a bit. I'll scale it down a bit so it moves itself up a bit. I've been working on a very silly project in order to be the coolest of uncles. Okay. What have you been working on to be the coolest of uncles? And do you think it will work? I'm very curious. Okay, this is looking better. I hate that I did this in like the outline bit because that's bugging me. So your niece is very into very into Minecraft and Binding of Isaac. Ooh, good taste, honestly. Ooh, so you're gonna try and do like Binding of Isaac stuff in Minecraft? Is that what I'm hearing? Because if so, that sounds proper cool. That actually sounds proper cool. Oh, yeah. That's why I mentioned the Rortnaut the other day. That's from the... Oh, okay. It makes sense now. I'm making a dungeon for each boss in the Mousy's mobs thing. Ooh! So turns out building dungeons is hard because I have no idea how mob AI / command blocks do shit, and I want to make them repeat. So I can't just go in beforehand and put the mobs in. You have to specifically tweak it to make it all work. Which sounds like a... Swinging by, hope stream's going well. Thank you very much, Fled. I hope you're doing okay. Her birthday is coming up in like 3 months, so I want to have like 5 dungeons for us to do together. That way I can be cool and hip. My artist got back to me with most of my... Ooh, let's go! Good stuff, good stuff. Right, and then here is where I actually do the tail. It's even got a PSD file with layers. It's cool as fuck, and I may have cried a little bit. Oh, that's actually pretty neat. So effectively, I'm gonna put my niece in a dungeon full of murder hobos for her entertainment. Well, whatever makes her happy, I suppose. As long as it makes them happy. There we go. Alright, so if I turn off... Oh yeah, I don't... I just realized it looks kind of naked without anything. And it also doesn't have its horns yet, so... Extra naked without its things. All I know about Minecraft is nowadays create mod packs are awesome, and Neverite is the new tier above time again. He needs one of those sweaters people make for sausage dogs. That's a scary thought, actually. That is actually kind of a scary thought. You haven't properly played so... Jesus Christ, that was... Wow. Also, the ads are starting in a few minutes, just to let you know, but good lord. Meanwhile, friends are trying to, like, get on with, like, trying to start up another 2-week Minecraft phase. I'm sadly on Bedrock, so I had to buy... Oh. Ew. Yeah, Bedrock is console, but also, like, some part of Windows... Yeah, also has its own, like, standalone on Windows 10 as well. Or Windows 10/11 slash, you know, modern Windows. I don't know why I specified Windows 10 when it's on Windows 11 too, so... Gotta pay the dev team. Right. If I look at where it's lined up, yeah. Unless on Java you use Optifine, but not everyone uses Optifine. And then again, depending on the version of Minecraft you're playing, it's not always fully updated. So, To be fair, I mostly blame it on Java itself not being too well optimized for games development. I'll explain after the ad break. I'll be back in a few short minutes. Hang on tight, we'll be back very soon. Okay, we're back. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Bedrock does kind of have a little bit of its own issues. Doesn't annoy me that. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure it used to be possible to have like your own skin, like at the very least on Bedrock on PC. Obviously not on the consoles, but I'm pretty sure it used to be possible. And then probably they obviously changed it because but that's the thing that upsets me. And to be fair, when playing Java, I still use Optifine because it still does help a little bit, even though for the most part with like my PC I don't need it too much. And also I do like having shaders. I do like having the specific shaders that I have, so... Anyway, to be fair, I did a very good job of outlining the wings and whatnot. Yeah, no. That's the big concern I have as well. Like, leave people's pastimes alone! Get the fuck out of my industry. Get the shit out of my fucking games and my industry. Even Della realized... Honestly, good on them for realizing that no one wants that. No one fucking wants that shit. Also, I'm trying to think. Like, they report no impact on sales whether something has AI or not, so why bother? It's more work. It's just... This mod I bought, they have like 5 insane bosses, 10 minions they can summon, beautifully animated weapons, then a rake, it's made of wood, you use it to rake sand. Rake sand has no use. They just put a rake in there. It's uncraftable. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. I do like my little fat dragon. Look at him! Those days. Well, aside from some Mousy's mobs. But yeah, no, I'd say aside from some members of the Og's cast. But we don't talk about that here. we don't talk about those ones. They never existed. They never existed. Exactly. We don't. They were never here. Also, sorry, I'm grabbing the sweet. I may have made a mistake of some kind. Right, I'm saving this. He's so round and spherical, and I love him. I want to punt the potato dragon. Well, to be fair, that's okay. Deep frying it is not okay. Into the front. No, don't! He did. Also, I don't know if that would do anything in the first place. But anyway, in terms of a variant for this little guy... Because we've got this little chunky dude. But now I'm wondering if, like... Because riding off the idea of having a variant that looks a bit more goofy... How can I take this to its logical extreme? Is the question I'm asking. How can I take this to its logical extreme? Google Welsh Dragon plushie for inspiration. There's some funny body types there. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Aww. I mean, that is an idea, Flared. I don't have one of those on hand. Yeah. Like, an image is still helpful, but being able to sort of, like, properly, like, look at it up close and study it from different angles is very helpful. A very valuable thing to have. But looking at some of these little, like, because I'm looking on Google Images at the moment, at these red dragon, like, these Welsh dragon plushies, some of them have, like, very small arms and small, like, feet, or some of them have, like, very, like, sort of wide feet. And some of them just have, like, very tiny wings. The thing is, I had, like, tiny wings in mind, because, to be fair, that just makes me think of Dragonite. There's one you're thinking of specifically. What the fuck is this? I'll see if I can find it. And then there's one of them that just looks very sad. One of them just looks proper sad. It makes me weep. It makes me weep a little bit because he looks so sad. Why did they make the sad one? Like, why is he so sad? Oh, that's the one. Oh, why is he so sad? Hold on, I have to save this and show. It looks like he's crying because he's near the English. Oh. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Nightbot does that thing. I can post the link. Yeah, that's the one. But yeah, no, Mossy, that was Nightbot doing its job. Show up on screen. Yes. Go downloads. There he is. Look at him. Yeah, I need something new at this point. This particular screen is the only one that has this GIF. Unless this screen doesn't have it too, but this one has Reagan and Dimple. This one just has fucking Eddie Brock from Venom. Or this is Venom The Last Dance, yeah. But you know what I mean. But yeah, no, look at him! Why is he so sad? Why is he so sad? He looks so sad. I can't. You owned one of them. But mine wasn't sad. His eyes look normal. Right. But I do like the proportions. Like, he's got, look at his small little arms. His body is a pear. There's more variants. He's got like he's kind of big. He looks like a pear, but he's got small little arms. And they appear to have alt sizes. There's more sizes! Oh, look at the little fucking... There's a tiny one too! Looking at this, there's a fucking tiny one! I just can't get over the fact that he's just this. Am I gonna be by? I mean, I'd want to. I'd want to at some point. Look. I love how in the description it says his birthday is the 1st of March, which is the same month. Oh, look at him! I am. This was a great introduction to this little sad dragon, who we're now going to be looking at having a pear-shaped body for our dragon. We're not going to be making it a sad dragon, but we're looking at the proportions. We're looking at his funny shaped body. So breaking it down into shapes first. I gotta admit, but this has been a sad dragon death animation. He turns sad and then just fucking dies. Gotta admit, but this has been a delight. Thank you for stopping by, Fled, and thank you for joining whatever the hell this was. Have a good rest of your night, and take care of yourself. Anyway, but in terms of like blocking out a shape, I'm gonna use a triangle to block out the shape first, because drawing it like a pear makes it look a bit suspect. Heyday! But yeah, no, trying to like, but he is a pear, yeah. But I think I'd want to get like the shape blocked out, or My sister got Digimon for her 1 year with her husband. I'm worried that she's now going to play that non-stop. Uh-oh. Also, that's very sweet. That is very sweet. Right. And then we've got... Right. Oh wait, I don't know why I'm trying to draw the arms like posed. I still gotta do it like... Right. Let's see, so if I look at... Then again, if I'm going off of what the hands are actually rendered as in the game, I need to make sure it's at least a little bit one-to-one. And then... And then if I give him, like, little horns... His arms are just... Whee! Give him little horns. That's kind of like the little thing that trails down, like the little spines trailing down his back anyway. I can't wait until I actually get to properly, like, create these in Blender, because then it's just going to be, well, I'm getting used to modeling something again, and I'm also trying to sort of understand how to properly translate these into how they're supposed to look in game. Right, let's clean this up a little bit. How I managed to make it somewhat uneven, I have no idea. And remember, because it's still an evil dragon, even though it's not, like, the main, like, dragon of the level, it still has to look evil. Spin. Right. To be fair, I could also clean away the rest of, like, how I shaped it like a triangle beforehand. So I can get rid of this just to tidy everything up a bit. Because otherwise it's going to be an actual visual mess, and I'm not going to have a good time of trying to read, like, anything from it. So, like, I'm just sorting this problem out now. just so I'm not actively trying to tear my hair out later. Right. And of course, from this view, I can't, of course, like, draw and see the wings and whatnot. But that's fine, because I can do that from the side view. That's a side view job for this one, rather than the front view, even though that's probably not the best. Does he want a hug? No, he's being forcibly constrained into a T-pose. I want to hug him. That might help, but it also might not, because he's still being forcibly constrained into a T-pose. If he's being forcibly constrained, then there's nothing fucking stopping me from hugging. Scary stuff. Right, that's front view done. I'm gonna save it anyway. And very aptly, I have named it the file Dragon Pear-Shaped, because what else do I use to describe this thing? He is pear-shaped. I am pretty happy with how this is turning out. To be fair, going into like properly designing enemies and whatnot is being like a good excuse to just get back into art again. It is a nice excuse. And now there are two of him. Oh no. Right. So this is on a separate layer, which is good. Edit, change canvas size. I'm imagining them holding hands, T-posing in a circle. I can kind of see that, yeah. No. I can kind of see that. Just a moment, hold on. Trying to think how many. I can shift you over a little bit more, and then I'll have plenty of room to work with. So, looking at this, like, of course it would. Let me think. I could make another layer to sort of tinker around with the ideas. But it'd be stuff like this where just doing this. Whoops. But yeah, no. I know it's not supposed to be perfect, but I do like trying to tidy it up as much as I possibly can. I'm imagining... Oh, I already read that earlier. What is wrong with me? I'm so washed. I'm sorry, chat. And people watching things back. I'm sorry. Hmm. Yep. And then that sort of falls a little below, and then that kind of works. Round this out. Ba -da -ba -da -ba -da. Right. Ba -da -ba -da -ba -da. Where is the rubber? Da -da -da -da. Take that there. I am pretty, like, happy with how these are all turning out and whatnot. I'm liking them a lot. And now the decision remains, do I make his wings comically small? Make one wing comically small. Compromise. To be fair, it would give, like, good reason of, oh, he cannot fly. He is just a big boy that can't fly. Have two variants of this big guy. One with normal wings, that's your normal. With sad eyes. That's... You know, so this guy who... Mr. Angry Eyes... Wings. Oh, whoops. And then from the side view, I don't draw, like, the arms normally on the side view, because... Okay, it looks like it's like he should be leaning forward a little bit. Yeah, no. I look at the one, look at the reference, he be leaning. He do be hunched over a little bit. And I'm wondering if I should do it further. Or if that's enough. I'm not sure if I need to make him lean forward a little bit more, if that's enough. Trying to think. Like that, lift that tail off the ground slightly. He still looks funny. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Right, hold on. Let me just... I still want it to end there, so I'm going to keep that little dot. Even though that's not really a helpful point of reference for, like, where I want it to stop. Maybe slightly lower. That might be a bit too much. Okay, actually, it may actually need to be a little bit higher. Also needs to flick up a little bit at the end. Oh, the ad start in a few minutes. Okay, that's lifted up a little bit. That's looking better. There's also an issue with how I've connected the head to the neck. Hold on. Okay, let's get it to be a bit angular. So it looks like he actually has a bit more of a neck. Rather than it melting in like cheese. Okay, that actually looks that looks better. That looks better. Right, and then I'm going to make a quick quick save as, so I can make the variant pear-shaped sad. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the other wing to be normal. And then this wing, wait, actually, what am I doing here? Ah! I have a better idea. I'm going to take this to be sad. Ugh. Which is kind of fucked. Oh, and he adds... Oh, I did not mean to do that. I moved... Why did I move that? Oh no! Oh no! I'm sorry, my son. He's a singular tiny wing. And I know I've done things on, like, the completely wrong layer, but I don't care. Because I can merge these two layers. I'm going to delete this one because that was when I was getting things in line. And now we've got our sad pear-shaped dragon. I made him so sad. What have I done to this creation? I'm so sorry. I've given you a small wing and I've made you the saddest thing ever. I'm so sorry. I do agree with it. Yeah, no. Even though it was like a few little designs, you know, I was going a bit out of my depth, and I'm pretty happy with what I got done today, so hell yeah. But since it is 11 o'clock, and because I normally sort of chill out at this time, I'm going to call things there for today. So to people who showed up, and to everyone watching things back on the VOD, whether it's here on Twitch or on YouTube, depending on when you're watching this, thank you ever so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I'm pretty happy with the stuff I got done today. Next stream will be next Sunday, of course, because it is a week where I have a uni lecture, so I can't exactly get on with stuff and then think, yeah, no, and then also stream, I need to be able to focus on doing everything, so it will be next Sunday again, rather than, you know, a Wednesday and a Sunday. So, but yes, thank you ever so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you all again in the very next one. So until then, please take care of yourselves and